Let's get this party going. Let's get this party started. Let's get this party going. Let's get this party started. Receiving your content. You are now live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my weekly stream. I am once again playing Dragon Age Origins, picking up from where we left off. I am joined once again by Cybernetic Pink Eye.
Greetings and felicitations.
There's the classic. And last we left off, we had finished the Brazilian forest area. We had just finished... it started. We had just finished the Brazilian forest. We had solved the mystery about what was going on with the werewolves that were attacking the Dalish clan. We ended an ancient curse and have now recruited, there's the word, the Dalish elves in our fight against the Darkspawn. Are you kidding me, Skeeto? Are you kidding me? I mean, the fact is, you even friggin' warned me about this, and I'm still just like... If you do it, I mean, I'm gonna say thank you, but I'm just kind of like, dude, please.
And so it begins.
Yes, that was literally what he kept donating it with before, so... Those of you who are watching this afterwards or watching this live, Skeeto is an incredibly generous person who has donated quite a bit over the last week or so. And
Skeeto the Mad Lad.
And actually managed to turn around what had been actually a pretty bad week. And getting into the weekend, like I was, feeling a little bit down and all of that. It kind of sat heavily on me, so like seeing someone actually donate that much money and being like, yeah, you deserve it, I'm like, what, me? I felt like I had to look over my shoulder to see if they were actually still talking to me, but so that is always very much appreciated. And hi, Alex. Yes,
hello. I
know normally you have a game at this time, or you have something that you do with friends, so I'm always glad to see you show up for one of these. Oh, God. Alright, so... I think, yes, last we left off, we were talking to members of the party in camp. And I was like, alright, that's gonna be a place to call it for now. I forget if I had actually exhausted my options with Wynn. Forgive me, it has been a week.
What's on your mind?
Oh, and she's glowing again. I'd like to ask you something about the circle.
I will answer to the best of my ability.
Oh, no. Never mind then. I have exhausted all of those dialogue options. What?
I mean...
What?
He did, in fact, warn you.
What?
Hey, Skeeto, you maybe want to pass some of that my way? I mean, Christ, my dude.
Oh, good. The new sound clip that I installed because last time I was reminded that I need to do new macros, and you can see the new GIF and everything popping up on screen. What? You did warn me.
I mean, that's a if I ever saw one.
Okay, I'm sorry. My brain, Lorelei.exe, has stopped. Thank you so much.
And thank you too, Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
And it's on. It is on like Donkey Kong,
I'm glad you stopped yourself, even though I'm not really good at stopping myself from swearing. Oh, that echoed a couple of times. It wouldn't be 1%. That would actually be, well, maybe that is 1%.
No, yeah. Yeah, about, 10.
I mean,
Math.
It doesn't really matter how much, I mean, okay. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter because obviously $500 is a huge ass fucking ton of money. Excuse my language already. There we go.
I was going to say.
The fact that anyone wants to contribute any kind of money, it always is like, oh God, thank you so much. Now, obviously my jaw has fallen on the floor, so my ability to articulate myself cleanly might actually be affected. But I appreciate the support no matter what. God, it makes so much of it. Yeah, this is already demonetized. I think I can afford this one being demonetized now, I guess.
Yeah. Can we get a woot woot in chat for Alex and Skeeto here?
Absolutely. Woot woot!
Woot woot!
Alright, so we just got started and already I'm going, oh my god. Anyway, so let's see if there are other people we need to continue talking with.
I was just thinking about what happened to the elves, and I'm reminded of a song sung to me many years ago. It was when my mother died, and this wise elven woman comforted me and told me that we shouldn't fear death or hate it. Death is just another beginning. One day, we must all shed our earthly bodies to allow our spirits to fly free.
I mean, I actually agree with this idea. That is comforting.
It's a beautiful sentiment, I think. One that brings peace and hope to the grieving.
And here is the random cutscene that happens after you finish the Brazilian forest. Liliana sings a song. Oh boy, the stream's laggy. Your feet are in the ground, Liliana. A little close for comfort, Liliana. And that was your Disney moment, randomly breaking into song, and then she's just gonna stand and stare at the fire like she didn't just spend a whole bunch of time singing to us. It is a lovely song. And apparently my understanding of the lyrics is that it is actually fairly moving and a celebration of the life and reverence for the dead, etc. Yeah, the song should actually be fairly soothing, and evidently, I'm sorry for all of the lag that went with that. I'm not sure exactly how I can reduce that any further at this time. God, alright. I guess I'll just have to... I'm closing some things here just to see what I can do to prevent further lag from happening. Typical bard, LOL.
Yes.
Oh, cool. That's excellent timing. I would say that it's my timing, but, I mean, I can't really predict what other people are doing. The lag, you know what, Skeeto, you're right. I think it's because you donated and the stream was like, whoa, what?
I mean, if Lorelei.exe stopped working, chances are her associated stream might have similar ripple effects, as it were.
Difficulty with that, yes. Alright, so, Liliana, you're just gonna pretend that didn't happen? Hey, is that a hurdy-gurdy? Sorry.
Something I can help with?
I mean, yeah, is that a hurdy-gurdy?
See, the thing is, you say hurdy-gurdy, the only thing that comes to mind is, like, a particularly painful corset.
No, it's a type of instrument.
Okay.
It was basically the original party instrument, but yeah. Because I think if I remember correctly, it actually had multiple components to it that were both percussive as well as, like, stringed instrument or something like that. As well as some kind of air-based... Anyway, can you teach me to be a bard?
I don't think you have the correct aptitude. I could give you some pointers, though. You may be able to pass them on to someone you know. Let's just go over there, away from the others. For safety, yes? I expect there shall be daggers flying about willy-nilly for a time.
Daggers flying about all willy-nilly, Liliana, you flirt. Actually, for her, that might actually be flirting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually pretty accurate, Alex. Okay, thank you for dropping by, Bobo.
Yeah.
Something I can help with?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Huh. Nothing, never mind. Alright, so that's been pretty exhausted. Stan, I think, is not gonna... Let's see. Shale, do you have any new conversations?
I've watched a lot of humans in my time. It should be aware that I've decided that it is not much like any of them.
Huh. That could be good or bad.
Good, of course. It doesn't want to have anything in common with all those other filthy substandard human types, does it? Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes? Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural shortcomings?
Okay, now Shale is just quoting the logician.
I mean...
Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes. Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural shortcomings. I mean...
Listen.
Well, I am a mage.
Oh, then that must be it. I knew there had to be some reason, it being a human and all. I would appreciate if it didn't spread around that I said anything. Humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless.
Oh, I wouldn't want that. Oh, God, that's actually a response. We wouldn't want that.
Indeed. Can it imagine the horror? Oh. Now, let us crush something into a fine paste before it starts to think I've gone all soft. Perish the thought.
Oh, by the way, I pointed this out to Griffin before, but Shale is played by a woman.
Yeah, a very talented woman.
Very talented. That is an excellent, and I would even say a fairly androgynous voice, which works because this is not a binarily gendered individual.
Yeah.
If there's anything I can do for you, please,
Actually,
please.
let me look up their voice actor real quick.
Alright, gonna grab some of these. Buy that.
Geraldine Blecker
Yes.
is her name. Yeah, it's like fabulously talented voice actor.
Let's see, what's this one for? Let's see. What is is there a restriction on this? The Phoenix Battle Maiden. Is this something that I could, comparing items with Liliana? Is this something she can wear? Yeah, I think it is. Can she wear the Phoenix Matriarch armor? I think she can, yeah.
I think it's about time she switched out the old bacon outfit.
Well, it's for a different bacon outfit.
Fair enough.
Phoenix Scout. Oh, Matriarch. Gauntlets pair? So, Matriarch Gauntlets... What? Okay. I guess it's two things that are exactly the same. And the Phoenix Matriarch boots. Okay. Well, anyway. So speaking of that, let's, I guess, equip Liliana with hopefully something a little less bacon armory. No, that's actually her organic voice.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Crackfox Jr., that's fine. As I was saying earlier, the point is not whether or not someone is donating, but the fact that you guys are here means a lot to me. Okay, that is definitely less bacon armor. Wow, that was a statement that I just made.
Yeah, I mean, certainly left my mark. See, that actually looks like legit fucking armor. Oh, pardon my French, but...
I mean... Also, do I have any better bows for you?
Also, I just realized that was an unintentional pun. Pardon my French as we talk about Liliana.
Well, I mean, to be fair, she's
Something
not
you need?
French.
I'm sure either my boy.
I mean,
She's-
technically no, but I mean, for all intents and purposes, she's French.
Little bit. Alright. Black hand gauntlets, alright. Just getting rid of some of these extra things in my inventory. Clearing out some space, and apparently some of it I actually can't, like, put it, I actually have a full... Jesus. Anyway, yeah, sorry.
God
I have a
damn
full
it.
Jesus. What?
I can't believe it's not bacon.
Donation war, please. Let's not egg this on. I don't want to encourage that. I mean, it's
Well, I
something
mean-
that I've said before, but basically, like,
From bacon to egg seems like the natural progression to me.
Alright. What? Welcome to the bartering stream. I mean... Anyway, gonna just take a brief second
Your desire is my command.
to kiss my boyfriend.
Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a time as any to talk, right?
Alright.
Aha! I see talking isn't quite what you had in mind. Got it.
And why I removed the staff is because I didn't want a weird, eerie glow over this moment. Hello, what a boy. Absolutely, such a boy. Wants to kiss his girlfriend. God. And of course, while we're at sharing affection with our companions. What a good baby boy! Actually, it reminds me. Okay, apparently I've had Thumb in my party more often than either Sten or Morrigan or Zevran, and definitely not Shale. Okay. So with what little progress we have made here, there are current quests open. The Mage's Treasure, you have discovered 3 of the items hidden in the forest. One...
Oh, thank you, Leon.
Thank you!
Hey.
Thank you so much! And the audio thing is gonna go off in a second, too. God, thank you so much, Leon.
Yeah.
Finally able to give something back for all of these years you've been supplying us with your wonderful content. Here's to you, Lorelei. Thank you. 3 of the items hidden in the forest by the Tevinter Mage. 1 item remains to find. Alright. Urn of Sacred Ashes is a major quest. Okay, so I need to go back to Redcliffe and report some of the things. Oh, okay, so 18 of them for an additional reward. Desperate Haven, you defeated the Darkspawn in the area and rescued the refugees. Report this success to the Chantry Board and unintended consequences. Think people on trade routes. Return to the Chantry and report that the danger has passed. So I guess we're going back to Redcliffe. Okay, and we also need to check in with Valena and all of that. Got some of the companion quests that we got going on. Find and activate the rest of the mystical sites of power located in Brazilian Forest, the Deep Roads, Denerim, and the Circle Tower. Well, I know that we've taken care of a couple of them. Careless Accusations, Mages Collective, already got that. 2 of them in Denerim. The other one is procuring a slightly rarer item from Orzammar. And you have slain the Maleficarum. Return to the Mages Collective for your rewards. So, we've got a couple of places that we have to go to finish out some of the ongoing quests that we have picked up. Interesting question, Ragnar. Question for all the audience who played Dragon Age Origins. How did you call your thumb in your playthrough instead of thumb? I mean, you know, the dog recruit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yes.
I always tend to go with the same party, and I'm guilty of a lot of things, but, alright, so I think we'll start there, and then we'll go to Redcliffe.
I mean, I don't think you have to worry, Skeeto. You've made a tremendous impact already.
You have. Oh, good! Bears! And wolves.
What about the lions and tigers?
Alright. What?
I will say, Skeeto, if you're that frothing at the bits to donate more, if you aren't already, go ahead and donate to Lorelai's Patreon, because
Oh, what,
she
Skeeto?
makes... Yeah.
Skeeto is already a patron.
Oh, okay, well then donate to my Patreon.
Jesus Christ. But seriously, go check out Cybernetic Pink Eye's Patreon. You not only will be supporting his, in my unpopular opinion, but also some other original content that he makes, as well as work that he does with other people, like, say, audio engineering for my channel.
Yes, I work with a couple of people, you know, with Lorelai here, the occasional thing with Chi-Chi. Recently did a song cover with her. I sometimes work with Gail Rice. In fact, he and I are working on a particularly interesting project. I won't say anything more than that, other than it's a biggin.
Oh, well, that's a cold bear. With wildly impossible anatomy at the moment.
Well, actually, I mean, would that be permitted, Laura, if I... Because Skeeto's asking if I can drop the link in the chat.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have a problem with that.
Just wanted to double check since it's your stream.
Well, I appreciate that.
So, yeah, if you want to help support me, you can check that out.
Make him be praised.
Make her be praised. We have killed blighted animals. Where it's not exactly their fault that they are blighted. Aren't we good people? I mean, I imagine they would have preferred to be put out of their misery, nonetheless.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there was... There's their Chumbass. Okay. Why even bother at that point? Sorry, I can't donate more than $500.
Oh. Well, thank you, Skeeto.
Oh. Well, yeah, genuinely, thank you.
Yeah. Damn.
A little something extra for
Thank
friendship.
you very much.
Something extra for... Alright. So we finished a couple of missions there. Is there anything
So
new?
I shall.
Nope, there's nothing new here. So... What's in this sec? Oh, an iron ring. Kind of useless to me right now. You know what? I'm going to give Evelyn props for leg strength going up that hill like a boss. Alright, so, time to go back to Redcliffe. What? Oh, okay, you're going around the lake. I guess that would technically be faster. A little extra a little extra something for friendship. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that it's not trying to say buy my friendship. And if I ever thought that it was trying to buy my friendship, I would be like, all right, and here's your money back.
Yeah, you would be the first to know.
Yeah, I you know, it's one of those, like, I made joke about things like bidding wars and things along those lines, but genuinely, I don't want to encourage people to feel pit against one another. I feel like that can be a fairly scummy thing to do to people, to make them feel like it's a competition to be the one that's most noticed by senpai.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all here for a reason, and that reason is we love Lorelai.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see, how many galls do I have? I've got 15 galls. I wonder if going in now is actually going to trigger the 15 being handed in.
Well, you certainly do have a lot of gall.
I know. Oh, look, Velena made it back.
My Velena returned. She told me of your daring rescue. I can't begin to tell you how grateful I am. Take this. A reward for your deed. It's dwarven made and should serve you well.
A reward for your deed. Okay. Dwarven armor? I don't need any reward. Keep it.
That's even kinder of you. Thank you again. I'm forever in your debt.
Liliana and Wynn approve. You doing okay there, Velena?
Thank you, my lady. I'd never have been able to return to my father if it wasn't for you.
Hey, Tucker.
Hey! Welcome! Aw. I love how this woman, the woman who plays Velena, sounds like she's always crying. Thank you, my lady, for your help. I would not have survived if not for you. Like, alright. I'm glad you're okay. You good? Do you need some help?
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Alright. And what was the quest completed? Okay, so completed quests. And so we actually, I think, do still have current quests. Chanter's Board, Skin Deep. Okay, so apparently they took 9, and I'm going to try and get, I guess, 3 more? Okay, I can try to do that. Is there any more quests? No new quests available at this time. I forget, did I do something for you already?
Maker's blessings upon you, Warden.
Alright, and nothing new there. I try to systematically take care of all of the quests that I can at a time. Report this unfortunate... So, the conscripts of Company East Hill dead to a man. Report this unfortunate news to the Chantry Board. I mean... I was just there.
And after much sweat, blood and toil, her labors ended, and the world marveled at what she wrought.
Oh, okay. Do I need to just keep talking to her?
And after much sweat...
Okay. So, current ones. Unintended... Okay.
Those stung with 100 arrows, those suffering from ailments both great and small, his heart was strong, and he moved on.
Level up, apparently. Oh. An adequate number of corpse... Okay, so I have to click on you again.
Those stung with...
What exactly is an adequate number of corpses?
9. Corpse galls, by the way. Let's see. Yeah, okay. And cleansing aura is good. Healing and cleansing energy, restoring all health, and curing the injuries of allies very close to the center, so that's cool. I think... Did I start her on something else? Well, cleansing aura feels like it's a good idea. She is, again, very much support mage as opposed to DPS mage. Like Evelyn, who keeps dying because I keep forgetting to actually add, like, actual tactics. Am I allowed to make a dark joke based on what question? It's not a competition, although I will win. Okay. It isn't a competition, just so you guys know.
It really isn't. Again, if you can, donate something to lore, it would be much appreciated. Doesn't matter how much. And if not, just we're happy to have you here.
Absolutely. Like, legitimately, it's always nice to have people hanging out in the chat as I'm playing games, because it's one thing to do Let's Plays where you're recording all on your lonesome, or maybe with one other person or something, and, you can talk largely to yourself, but it is another thing when you actually have other people, to react to what you're doing live. It's very satisfying.
Yeah.
I'm just pleased to be here. Yeah, that feels like a sign that you need to hang around your neck, Alex.
Doesn't understand what's going on, but is happy to be here.
Exactly. Alright, so we've put this off. Excuse me, cat. Oh, you stop as soon as I turn around, huh? Anyway, we've put this off for a little while, but I think it's time to head to the Frostback Mountains. It's time to start the Orzammar quest. Streaming is a little bit more social, and I'm getting stopped on the way. What be going on, my dude? Oh, it's Tegrin. Oh, that's right. He always shows up on this route. Hey, Tegrin.
You have coin, stranger? With Orzammar closed off, old Tegrin can give you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
Okay, Crackfox Jr. If that is indeed your real name. I see what you're doing there with Alistair's quote. Anyway, what's going on in Orzammar?
There's two things I'm here for. Travel or trade. Understand?
Let's see this discount of yours. Or discount if I'm actually enunciating clearly enough. And you can have some pretty decent stuff. Ceremonial, armored boots and everything. Let's see. Temperament. Ornate leather belt. Okay. But the things that I'm going to want are these things here. Silver Sword of Mercy and blue satin shoes. As opposed to suede. So I wonder who those satin shoes could go to. Maybe someone who's complained about the shoes? Maybe? Maybe, just maybe? Just maybe, perhaps. Also, one moment.
Hey, Larks.
Hey! Don't worry about being late. I actually also started late myself, so I mean, I should be the one who's opening things with, I'm late! Excuse you, Ox. I did not ask your opinion. Anyway.
We have no time for your bull.
Okay. I don't know why you nap all the time. I know why I nap all the time, and that's because I need a lot of sleep, as it turns out.
Ha ha! Chronic fatigue.
Ha ha! Oh, good! People labeled Bounty Hunter. I wondered what they could be after, I wonder.
Good. I feel like Philkin 7 is just like a mood in and of himself. Like for anyone who's not seen Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, just do yourself a favor and watch any clip with Philkin 7 in it. It's just...
You know what, I don't know why I thought that they were going to wait for a cutscene. Or do a cutscene first.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's the type of people who would have, that kind of courtesy to
Oh, good, they're all targeting me.
Mm-hmm. Who better to target than the squishy mage?
Well, Evelyn's dead. That's fine.
C'est la vie.
Say you will, say you won't, say you'll do what I don't. Say what you say to me. C'est la vie. Oh, good. More bounty hunters in the distance. Oh, and I need to take one of these. Alright, well, if you motherfuckers are gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. Oh, Liliana's down. Okay, I could use that. So, that did not go well. But that's okay. I'm trying to ease back into knowing how to play this game. Okay. So, we were attacked by bounty hunters right outside Orzammar. Almost like they knew we were going to be here.
As you desire.
Well, I don't really desire fire bolts, no. And already, I actually really love the detail that they put into, like, the unique architecture of various aspects of this world. Like, you can tell where you are based on the architecture.
Most traders aren't allowed into Orzammar, so they just sort of gather near the doors. There's no laws up here at all, I'm told.
Uh-huh. So, let's see. Surface Dwarf and Dwarf.
Surface silts, half price.
Let kings fight over kings. Trade needs to flow.
Does spice need to flow? Shady Thug and... Oh. Tornas the Deserter.
Yes?
Oh, it's the exact same model and voice as the last one. Hearing lore speak was as Toriel. I mean, the thing is that Toriel canonically curses. She's just very good at making sure that she doesn't do it in front of the children.
Oh, my lord.
What? Hey, you met me because of my Toriel voice.
No, not that, but just... When you have a name like Torn Ass, I feel like desertion is one of those things that's going to come naturally.
Yeah, maybe?
Tearing ass way the fuck out of there.
I see, I thought it was Thomas the Desert. Maybe.
Oh? What was this about?
I'm here to bring you in for desertion.
I worried this might happen. I hoped it wouldn't be you who came for me. I have no choice. Forgive me, Warden, but I cannot go back with you.
You know, the last guy who looks exactly like you said that too. Surprisingly, it also didn't work very well for him.
I'm happy we can provide that service, Tucker.
Huh?
They're dying in the
Oh, yes. You hoped it wouldn't be me. I wonder if it's because you died like a little bitch. Anyway, I'm sorry that I'm apparently killing you. I really didn't mean to do that. I mean, I suppose it could be a bonus, but I don't want to kill people.
And how appropriate that Torn Ass here meets his grisly end by getting his shit pushed in.
How am I supposed to live with no crafts to sell? I'll be ruined.
Alright. And you are Farron.
Step right up, friend, and have a look at the finest selection of almost new armor and weaponry east of Orlais.
Are you Farron by any chance?
Oh, you've heard of me. What have you heard? And just so you know, some of my competitors have been trying to besmirch
Oh.
my sterling reputation.
Well, I'm sorry that you've been in a position where you've needed a laugh, so if I've helped you, then I'm glad. That's honestly literally one of the reasons why I got into this. I mean, part of it was I like playing video games, and I liked other Let's Plays that I saw, and I was like, maybe I could do this too! But a lot of it is about sharing games that I love and being able to interact with the community at large. Genuinely. And if I've had people tell me that I've helped them, and it still seems kind of baffling because ultimately what I'm doing on my end is I'm playing games with my commentary and making fun of the game as I play it. But if that helps anyone, then I'm happy.
Yeah. Speaking of people who need laughs, Farron here looks like he's frowning to the point where his face is half melted.
I mean, to be fair, he lives in Ferelden.
Fair point.
I heard you found some interesting things.
Yes, well, I don't like to brag, but I've got some fine things here. Almost straight from the Royal Armoury. Only took a slight detour on the way.
Uh-huh. First-hand experience. Oh, God. Well, thank you, Alex. You may be biased, being my child, but...
Mayhaps.
Alright. Did you happen to find a Kunari sword?
Canary? I'm afraid I don't know the word.
It would have been pretty large and unwieldy.
All those. I had one, but I sold it already.
Huh. Who did you sell it to?
A collector. I can't go telling you all about my paying customers. One, it's not ethical. And two, it's bad for business. A lot of my customers are sensitive types. They don't want their personal business related to every stranger who happens along.
Tell me or I'll let the original owner know where you are.
If I'd known he was still breathing, I would have used a knife. I mean, I'd have been more careful.
Where's the sword now?
Redcliffe. The guy who bought it lives in Redcliffe. He's a collector. A dwarf named Dwin, I think. I don't want any trouble. If you see that giant, tell him I don't have it, would you? I don't, I swear.
Wait, Dwin? I know him.
Well, he's the proud owner of your giant sword. If you'll excuse me, I have this sudden urge to pack.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Big battle out by Winter's Breath, I hear. So it seems. I got a cousin in Ban Farron's army, too. Haven't heard if he's alive yet or not.
Probably not. Terranlo getting carved through him like a hot knife, I hear.
That isn't good news. Poor sods.
Starrick the Apprentice.
What can I do for you?
I have note here from your master.
This ought to be interesting. Such diction. This man is a true scholar and rhetorician. I am honored to be fired by one such as he. Good day.
What? The delivery on that! What the fuck? I am honored to be fired by such a man. Good day.
God damn it.
What? Lore.exe is doing fine. And what are you?
Just the fact that this dude is called the Apprentice and he just got fired.
Oh yeah, that's the whole point. We're going around and firing people who are apprentices to a great master. Also, I am debating using rhetorician for something. Rhetorician. You know, that feels appropriate to a certain something that I cannot discuss live on the air, but you probably know about.
Yeah.
And Aren.
Oh, you wish to talk to me?
So what the hell kind of noise
Truly
is that I
courtesy
made?
for one so well armed to notice a lowly merchant.
I mean, I'm firing everyone, starting with Griffin.
I mean,
you live on the surface?
Someone has to. Trade with other races can dry up. We surfacers are Orzammar's lifeline. Even if we're denied a caste, the assembly says we've turned our back on the stone, but they still use the goods we bring. Hypocrites.
Huh.
That's not right. Someone should do something.
Oh no.
Maybe it'll change by the time my children are grown.
What? What are you laughing at?
He looks like Jeremy Dooley.
From
Achievement Hunter.
Oh.
Which is unfortunate because he's commonly made fun of for his height.
Oh no.
Oh no! It's Jeremy.
I feel like this is where, if we were editing this afterwards, like there would be like a slow zoom on his face with a little subtitle appearing on the screen. Griffin proceeds to lose his shit for a minute. It is kind of human Shrek, although the human Shrek that we see canonically... I haven't watched those movies in ages. Anyway. Would you calm your tits about this, okay?
No, just to put it into perspective for chat, that's Jeremy Dooley.
Anyway, how often do you restock in Orzammar?
Twice a year. I'm confined to a trade stall in the Commons, but I see enough. It's very closed in. My grandfather says I've lost my stone sense. I was born topside. I don't remember having it.
Fair enough. I should go. What? You're not gonna...
Luck to you.
You're not gonna buy from him? Anyway, this is kind of your first introduction to some of the stuff that's going on. And looking at his wares, I suddenly understand why Lorelei does not want to... Or Lorelei. I don't want to, and why Evelyn would not want to buy things from this guy. He keeps them in dirt.
Well, he's a dwarf, so...
Yeah. So you know what I'm even gonna do?
Folks came in yesterday with crazy stories about Redcliffe. You hear about that? Something about...
What? Why are you laughing this much?
Because Tucker is too.
Oh, God.
I guess it was super effective.
Of course. So I'm gonna go back to Redcliffe now that I've gotten that bit of information.
Oh, God.
Do 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 do. What?
I feel like someone needs to at Jeremy about this.
I feel like that's really mean, and you need to stop.
That's fair.
What is going on? Why am I getting stopped again? Is it going to be Tegrin? Oh no, it's going to be a whole bunch of, It's going to be a whole bunch of Darkspawn.
Thank you, Steve.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Liliana, your job is going to be to take care of those. And my job is going to be to fireball the fuck out of y'all. Oh God, Liliana. Alright, you're gonna have fun. I'm gonna... Alright, and... I'm gonna probably do more to take care of these after the battle, but yeah. Oh, God. So I clicked back to Evelyn and there was the sudden sound of an arrow, like, whizzing by her head. And now I know why, because there's an arrow whizzing by her head.
Which ways to get a piercing?
Oh, you're healing yourself.
Oh, thank you, Maro.
Huh. Oh. Oh, well, you don't need to sneak it. He appreciates everyone.
Oh, and thank you, Steve. I appreciate that.
Aww. The in-game light seems to be too much.
Ask away.
I'm not asking a question, Liliana.
I shall. Right away. Trap right ahead.
Where did you detect it? Oh.
Trap.
I am surprised that Alistair didn't trigger any of these.
Wait for it.
Are we in Italy?
Oh, just money. Oh, 1 sovereign, not bad. 1 sovereign. Why did I adopt that accent?
I don't know.
And so I shall.
And so I shall, says Evelyn. I don't know why I adopted that accent. And so I shall. It would be a little out of place, Evelyn. Oh god, it's getting a little laggy. Oh. Wait. Okay. Who is this man, Tegan? God. I know I've said it before. I am not the biggest fan of Lady Isolde. I know that she's not doing that. Well, okay, I find her to be obnoxious, and a lot of her motivations are exactly what caused the situation. And quite frankly, if you're doing things in such a way that you're trying to make the best benefit for everyone, Isolde never really pays any consequence for her actions. Alright, also,
Of all the...
Yes.
Of all the yes. Alright, so it is time to go and pick up Sten's sword.
You're not even wrong, Steve. I feel like you have to be just a little messed up to be an artist, whether it be voice acting or drawing or music or what have you.
Oh, thanks. Since I'm doing all of those things...
I meant it in an endearing way.
Of course you meant it in an endearing way. Anyway.
Go celebrate or whatever you have to do.
I'm looking for the Kunari sword you bought.
Now, why would you be interested in that?
It's mine.
Baron didn't mention the giant he took it from was alive.
I just love the fucking simplicity of Sten going, it's mine. Like, I can't sound deep and growly, but like, just like, oh really, and why are you curious about something like that? It's mine.
Because I called dibs.
Well, it's actually literally Sten's sword. It ain't about calling dibs, it's like it's literally his sword to begin with.
I don't see his name on it.
You don't read Kunari, so...
Exactly. So it doesn't apply here. That'd be the biggest dick move ever.
Why don't you... What?
If, like, someone had their name written, like, on an item, so it was technically theirs, but you couldn't read it because it wasn't in your native language. It's like, well, I can't read this, so your name's not on it for all intents and purposes.
Anyway, why don't you give up the sword and we'll go?
Excellent idea. It's in my strongbox. Here's the key. Now, why don't you leave me alone?
I will. And I'm also going to take everything else that you've got in here. For good fucking measure.
God damn it, Alex.
What?
That's literally it, though. It's a meme.
This sign can't stop me! Because I can't read!
The fact that Arthur is still going after all these years blows my mind.
Oh my god. I am still so happy with that recent episode that made the news.
Yeah, with Ratburn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun fact, I can't say who, but a friend of mine actually works on that show.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually did some of the puppet modeling for Ratburn's husband.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I think, like, during the process they called him, like, Handsome Harry or something to that effect.
Huh. Well, time to go back to camp. Because I'm gonna give something to Sten that's been coming his way for a long time.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think this has turned into a gift. Morgan Sten. Alright, so I think...
See, Larks gets it.
Where's... Sten's sword? Oh. I gotta give him his gift.
Strange. I had almost forgotten it.
Give the sword to Thumb.
Completion. Are you sure you are a Grey Warden? I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war.
Oh, I love that actually, and this is really good writing on the part of the team. When he's first handed the sword, he speaks in broken, I guess it's called King's Tongue here, but the strange, you know, I had almost forgotten what it looked like. Completed or something like, or whatever the fucking phrase. I'm terrible at remembering what has just literally happened. But, like, it's broken English as far as we understand it, which makes sense because it's not his first language.
Yeah.
And he's so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
You've reached the daily maximum of 500.
Yeah.
Is he canonically gay?
Yeah. Redburn is canonically gay.
Yeah. They had a wedding.
Just like Crack Fox said, I'm happy that normalization of gay relationships in kids show is becoming more and more generalized.
Oh yeah.
Like just in media in general, but like especially with kids shows, so that kids can get an idea of these things early on, and that it isn't just faux pas.
Right. Anyway, to continue with the cutscene. What will you do now?
My sword is in my hand again. I should put it to use. And I could deliver a much more satisfying answer to the Arishok's question if the blight were ended. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
Then lead the way.
I love Stan so much. I love him.
Oh my god, you're right, Steve. I never noticed. He's got the same haircut as King Koopa from the Mario Brothers movie. Oh no.
You want to donate more? Well, I'm sorry you blew your load already, Skeeto.
Oh,
wow.
God.
Oh, God. So I think he actually automatically equips it once you give it to him. Usaris. Oh, wait, he didn't automatically equip? Yeah, no, he didn't. Well, Usaris is technically the superior sword, but... Stan! Wait, why is Liliana over here? You okay, Liliana? What? Okay. Anyway.
I have been mistaken.
For people who have not seen the Super Mario Brothers movie,
No.
Pure souls, I'll just put that design in there. So you can see the similarities.
Well, okay. I don't want to be that person, but if you do want to end up donating more but are being presently restricted by YouTube, you can always go to my Ko-fi, which should also be it's in the link of it's a link in any of the descriptions of my videos, especially more recently. If you're so determined to give me more money, I'm just not going to have it pop up on stream per se.
Yeah.
But okay, let's see. Something is going on. Oh, okay. Thank you, Alex, for quoting me in my servers. That's great. Thanks.
Also, don't bless me, Larks. Bless Steve. He's the one who pointed it out. Oh, God.
I've only seen it called Asala. I don't know. I maybe it is a bug of some kind, but because I did actually put in a bug fix pack. Please ignore the first episode of this playthrough. Tragically underappreciated. I agree. He's got like 10 of them, and they're all wonderful.
You're not even wrong. I do have a weird handful of them. It's like part Mark Hamill, part Tim Curry, part like
yeah,
a bit of Wendy Powell in there.
Anyway. What do you mean?
You are a soldier worthy to stand among the Beresad. I did not think so when we first met.
To be fair, I am a squishy mage, so it's a pretty easy mistake to make.
Yeah?
What changed your mind?
You did, of course. The day will come when the Arishok sends us here. On that day, I will not look to find you on the battlefield.
What are you talking about?
The future. Perhaps it will not come to pass. There is no point in dwelling on it. We should move on.
Let's go.
As you wish.
Stan!
What is your wish, Kadan?
He's calling me Kadan!
Aww.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, Kadan means heart, or close to your heart.
Aww.
He's effectively, like, calling, like, oh god, it's
You're besties.
Okay, sorry. I actually legitimately love Sten's story arc and when you actually earn his respect and friendship. Oh god. Yeah, I've watched that movie too, and we're not gonna... I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Do you find Ferelden very strange?
To put it lightly, no one has a place here.
Wait,
Your
didn't we
farmers
already
wish
have
to
this
be
conversation?
merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Actually, never mind.
Very well.
What? Okay, let's go. What was the point of that? Was it literally just to get him to, like, shit on Ferelden, or...
I don't know.
I'm not even going to ask what you're doing, Liliana, because quite frankly, I'm perplexed enough by the events as they have already transpired. So, like, let's just go back to Orzammar and start taking care of that.
Also, Tucker, you may want to wait until Lorelai considers doing that for her own merch line.
Squishy Mage has already existed for a while anyway.
Yes. Oh, okay.
I'm not the one who coined it. I'm just the one who uses it. Well,
That's
I'm
fair.
one of the people who uses it. Now, there are certain catchphrases that I do eventually hope to start putting on t-shirts and stuff like that, but first we actually need to start making the content that carries those catchphrases, so...
Yeah.
Oh! Oh, okay. One of these motherfucking situations. Okay, so let's see.
That you did, Steve. That is pretty much the mascot of these streams now. Thumb.
Oh, a shriek. No, 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 no. I don't want to throw the icon at them. I never want to throw the icon at them. Well, first now I need to heal you.
Okay, you take care, Ragnar.
Okay. No! You died for no reason!
See, I can't. You can't do that sound without me seeing that falling cat image now. Bless her.
You
Go subscribe to Pinger Surprise.
Then, actually, don't I have the ability to bring people back to life? No, but Wynn does. Let's see.
It was Motorbike Chan, Tucker.
Can I... Maybe I can. I don't know. Hopefully that'll work.
Yeah.
Alright, sorry, I'm like just... Oh, they're all dead. No. When? Can you bring them back? No, you can't bring them back. I'm sad.
You're not even wrong, Alex.
What?
And so I shall.
How is Motorbike Chan?
They're currently in retirement right now, just taking a break. Every now and then they'll speed by, but
This is just a smidge laggy.
guess that's Skeeto's donation still in effect.
I mean... Alright. So, continuing on our way. I am sad. I lost 2 of the fucking scouts. Okay, so, once again... Now we squared away that whole mess. I'm actually kind of mad that they placed this so far back. Because, like, yeah, the first time you arrive here and you see the architecture leading up into Orzammar, it's really cool. But when you have to do it over and over and over again, it gets obnoxious. Alright, so, huh? Huh, you know, you're not wrong.
I was gonna about that. You know the game better than I do.
Okay. Also,
Suffer the delay of his appointed messenger.
King Loghain, huh?
Vieta, this land is held in trust for the sovereign dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Loghain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled.
King Loghain? He's supposed to be regent. Why are you calling him king? First of all, I'm going to say that this is probably something that's technically twofold. Like, one, it could easily just be that someone who is so deeply loyal to Loghain, who wishes that he were king, we're just sort of skipping over that step. A regent is not a king. They are simply someone who is filling the throne until an appropriate king can actually be, chosen and put in power. But the other thing that I think is going on here as well is that there was a lot of earlier hints in this game that Loghain was always meant to be, like, way more conniving and scheming than he actually is. That he was the one who had someone poison Arl Eamon, that he was the one who was like, oh yeah, if you rebel against the Templars, I'll totally support you guys, which in itself is not inherently a bad thing, but it also ends up laying the blame at his feet for supposedly causing a machination that would cause the Circle Tower to fall into disarray. Actually, Loghain sounds more like something that you take in order to make something else grow, but anyway.
I mean...
The King's Wiper, yes. So the thing is that technically this is a relic, but it's one of the things that are still included canonically in the game of this guy referring to Loghain as King Loghain. So it is one of those things that people point to as evidence that Loghain was in fact a scheming, conniving asshole this entire time. Alright. That's fine. Please take care of yourself, and I'm so glad that you were able to come by for a little bit, Tucker. And even more glad if I was able to help you with not feeling so great. So.
Yeah.
Technically, Alex, if you're going to fucking sass me like that.
Well, I mean, they're your child, so why wouldn't they?
I mean, I know. Anyway. I have important business in Orzammar.
None more important than mine.
Your business will wait. Orzammar must limit outside influence until the throne is settled. No one gets in.
Huh. why have your people retreated like this?
They hide because they are dwarves.
I would challenge any race to fare as well. Our king is dead. Endrinidukan returned to the Stone Knot 3 weeks ago. The Assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
Huh. Well, the Grey Wardens need their traditional dwarven allies.
The Wardens killed King Kaelin and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Loghain.
Well, that is the Royal Seal. That means only the Assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
You're letting in a traitor? And a foreigner? In the name of King Loghain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden.
Again, you keep calling him king. I do not think this word means what you think it means.
Oh, boy.
You know, the casual racism. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's nothing new in Dragon Age.
Loghain is the traitor who killed King Kaelin at Ostagar.
What? Lies and slander! King Loghain will not suffer this. I will not suffer it. I'm his messenger.
Kill each other as you will, but take your sodding fight off my doorstep.
Fair enough. Alright. Well, you guys are fucked. I hate to tell you, but you are. Sorry, Wynn. I guess it got a little chilly up in here.
I think someone owed someone the cold shoulder in this situation.
Alright, gonna move away.
Huh? Thank you, Skeeto.
Oh!
Thank you, Skeeto.
Are you that determined?
Oh my god.
Are you really that determined? I may have found a way.
Oh my god.
He made a whole new fucking channel.
Skeeto the Mad Lad.
You know, I'm supposed to be concentrating on fighting right now, but once again, I find myself at a loss.
Oh, man.
You guys want to fucking, like, stop them?
Call me your monetary tits.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. This is your backup channel. I don't know if you can tell, but I presently have my face in my hands because I love how YouTube has a limit for how much you can donate in a day. Now, I'm actually going to say I actually appreciate that because it can be really easy for people to do like small donations that end up adding up. This is one of those things that I have heard Jim Sterling talking about, for example. The way that microtransactions work in video games is that you don't even necessarily notice that you're spending, you know, $50, $100, $200 at a time because the game will keep kind of prodding you for $2 or $3 at a time, but it's the only way to progress the game. So it's really easy for a potential YouTuber or streamer or something like that to take advantage of someone who's not paying attention to the money that's being taken out of their account. And so putting a $500 cap on there is actually something that I appreciate. I feel like it's an excellent safeguard to prevent exploitation. That said, of course, naturally, someone who is dedicated to get around it decides to use their backup fucking channel.
Also, welcome back, Bobo.
Welcome back to that!
In case you're wondering, Skeeto the Mad Lad decided since he couldn't donate any more on his normal account, he used his backup account to donate more.
So, as I keep saying, I do appreciate I do appreciate that you want to donate this money, that you are so willing to go to an additional backup account to do this. I mean, that's possibly also true, Crack Fox Jr., although, again, I will clarify, outside of joking, just to make sure that we know what I'm talking about and how serious I am about this, I do not want it to be ever taken that this is bidding for mother's affection or anything like that. That is the furthest thing that I want.
Yeah, again, I know I said this before, but if you can donate something, then yes, by all means, so long as you're not endangering yourself financially. And if you can't, that's fine too. We just appreciate you being here and showing your support in the chat and with your views.
Exactly.
You're not wrong, Alex.
You do have a lot of it, I will say that. Okay.
You've done me a service. That fool Imrek was barking for a week. Are all humans so touched?
Yes.
You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden. Though I don't know what help you will find.
So, I've gotten the impression that things are not going so great over in Orzammar. Orzammar.
Trust Vala, Warden. Your arrival is a mixed
good,
blessing.
Orzammar.
We prefer fair journeys, Warden.
Oops, I interrupted him.
Magnificent. These must be the statues of the dwarven paragons.
And paragons are basic... What? What? What's going on?
Your guess is as good as mine.
You get aged. A bit of food, my lord. Some coin. For the ancestors' sake. These are not your ancestors. You taint the memory of our paragons with your presence. Get back to Dust Town where you belong, Brand. Or I'll throw you into the deep roads as a snack for the stalkers. No. No, don't hurt me. I just wanted some food.
As he walks away. So that seems new to me. Maybe it's one of the bug fixes? Anyway, I was even... So, okay, paragons are basically avatars who have accomplished great things in the past. So they have statues that are dedicated to each of them, sometimes a bit more symbolic in nature, but they also look to them for guidance or invoke them like one might invoke a saint in Catholicism or something. Or on the Gale situation? Anyway,
I'm guessing that's a YouTuber.
Maybe.
Now
I mean...
a beauty daughter. If you were...
You were gonna say?
Oh, it's just like... Lark's... Yeah, Lark's doesn't seem too far off.
Kind of like avataring, but not quite, because they're not reincarnations of previous avatars or anything like that. They're just individuals who have risen very high in Dwarven society because of accomplishments that they have made in the name of dwarves. Anyway.
Card like Branka, all Orzammar will know your name.
Mother, I don't want to be like her. She...
Don't say that. Not to me, not to anyone. Now get back to the forge. I want to see more details.
Yes, Mother.
Uh-huh.
Of course.
Oh, God. So, loud fanfare as I click on one of these statues. So...
Well, all right.
Yeah.
I trust Vala, Warden.
I trust Vala.
Show respect, Surfacer. You're in the Hall of Heroes.
Leviosa.
The figures are quite grand indeed.
Paragons, dwarves who achieve such greatness, they're considered ancestors even if they yet walk among us. If only we had one now. A unifier. A voice like that, there would be no dissension.
Huh. Perhaps I can help.
Perhaps I don't want you to. A surfacer should not see us in this kind of disarray. Goodbye, Warden. I hope you're not needed.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of fair.
So, tell me, you have any children, grandchildren?
Oh, sorry, I was interrupted myself, because Alistair started talking at a banter point.
Oh.
I don't know, great-grandchildren?
What would make you think I have any children at all? You have to know I've spent most of my life in the circle of magi.
You just seem like the grandmotherly type to me.
Okay, well, if you have to take off, Alex, we understand.
Oh yeah, it is pretty late. It's like 1 in the morning for you, so please get some sleep.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Suppose I'll take that as a comment on my demeanor and not my age.
Mages aren't forbidden to marry or anything, are they? It's not such an outlandish question.
They are.
Isn't it? What sort of man would marry a mage, do you think?
Well, how about another mage? There are just as many men as there are women within the circle, as I recall.
That sort of union is not encouraged. Although that does not stop us from...
Oh,
Alex, you two are both great, and you're doing good things, and I love you both. I can't wait for what's in store, but I'm gonna go sleep now.
Alright, well, you take care, Alex.
Thank you.
So much for your support.
Yeah.
I said that literally at the same time as it popped up on the screen here with my original soundbite, which is me saying thank you so much for your support.
Yeah.
But thank you again. Everyone who's been donating and everyone who's currently here. Anyway.
Seeking out each other's company from time to time.
Alright. Suddenly you don't seem quite so grandmotherly to me anymore.
Good. I would hope not.
Yeah? So, Alistair asked if Wynne has ever had children. And she's like, okay, what would give you the impression that I would be able to do something like that? And he's like, I don't know, you just seem like the grandmotherly type. I'm just relaying this to Griffin, presently in call with me, obviously. Alright, and it's an interesting conversation, given what we can kind of learn after the fact. The key to the city. While your concerns have merit, the Assembly has made itself clear. Space within the Tig is at a premium, but the intended function of the Hall merits the additional resources committed. The statues of the Paragons must be the core of the Hall of Heroes. There is no other placement that so benefits Dwarven interests. It is the first glimpse that surface ambassadors have of Orzammar, an introduction not just to our living ancestors, but also to the stone from which we were born. They must see it shaped before they can understand the complexity of its raw form. The hall must also serve a second purpose, as a last sight for departing brethren. Those who choose to leave must do so with the heavy gaze of their ancestors at their backs. It is a reminder of duty and of consequence. We will promote all manner of trade, but also reinforce that those who leave for too long will return as strangers to the stone. So again, a nice little snapshot of some of the stuff that's going on here.
Lovely.
Well, thank you again so much, Skeeto.
Yeah.
Honestly, you have helped me out so much. I mentioned before that it made a really big difference last weekend, and it's making a huge difference to me now. But
And we do joke, but honestly, we do really appreciate your support.
Cutscene.
Oh.
It's okay.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew.
Handlers, separate these dashers in the diamond quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
Not speak that way about the man who should be king!
Well, I guess he's just kind of holding on to that axe there.
I guess.
In death. Well, there's a nice little snapshot of what we're going to be facing here in Orzammar. Looks like there is some sad politics going on.
I mean, maybe more mad politics? as sirens blur outside my window.
You know. Hi, anti-hacker BG.
Hey.
Oh, hi, Steve Bloom.
Vieta, surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order.
At least I think it is. It sounds like him, but
yeah,
on a slightly lighter tone of his, but...
Right.
The Blight is coming and I need Orzammar's assistance.
Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here.
I mean... Paragons?
Surfacers appoint no paragons? Truly, you're lost in all that sky. They are the best of us, declared living ancestors. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
Your warden? Sounds like Balin and Harrowmont are the ones to talk to.
They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn, in the Assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulin Ferender from his estate.
Can a city function like this?
See, that's why I don't want you surfacers seeing our worst. You'll think that's all we are. The market is thin, but busy, and the tavern never closes. Bad blood is usually kept to the proving. Should toss Balin and Harrowmont in there. Sort this all out in a hurry.
Huh. The proving?
Personal battles for honor and ancestor. I don't expect a surfacer to understand. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
I should get going.
Yes, you should.
Wow. You snotty little shit. I'm gonna kill you.
Wow.
So.
Okay, so I say that, and then Alistair immediately says, wow. like as if he heard what I fucking said. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Wow.
This is Orzammar. It's huge.
Yes, it is. It is, in fact, huge and underground. And again, I love that you can see the detail that went into the architecture here, the multiple layers and all of that stuff. Narav?
Did you see that? I cannot believe what this city has come to.
Oh, thank
This
you!
would never have happened when Endrin was alive.
Thank you, Crack Fox. Yeah, if Caden was here, he would say, big place.
What a mansion.
This Balin, is that King Endrin's son?
Aye. What a terrible burden for a father to have only Balin left of 3 fine sons. In the end, Endrin himself recognized that Balin cared for nothing but power. It was Endrin who ordered his son away from his deathbed and embraced Lord Harrowmont as his heir.
Why such hate for Balin?
Everybody knows he killed his brother Trian and let his father's favorite son take the blame. And many question whether Endrin died abed, as we were told, or whether Balin helped him along.
So, by the way, interesting story. If you start as a dwarf noble, that backstory that we just heard is your backstory. I know I've touched on this before, but basically every origin in this game is basically a potential warden depending on where Duncan actually goes to recruit the warden. So, like, in this storyline, Duncan recruited a human mage from the Circle Tower. But you can be a Dalish elf with a clan, you can be a human noble over in Highever and encounter your own, personal desperate situation. You can be a dwarf commoner, which is actually a casteless dwarf who lives in the worst underbelly parts of this entire city. And you can also start as a dwarf noble. And in the dwarf noble origin, you are betrayed by your brother Balin because he kills your mutual older brother Trian and then gets you actually blamed for Trian's death. So you're put in a situation where your only way out is to go into the deep roads because you're being punished for, regicide. And that's where Duncan comes in and is like, nah, I think I'm going to actually take this person with me. But because he didn't recruit the Iducan dwarf noble, you can presume that the dwarf noble is now dead. They pretty much all end up dead unless they're recruited. That's kind of the situation they're all put in. Either they get recruited willingly because they're like, yeah, take me out of this hellhole, or recruited because otherwise they're gonna die. I don't know if Loghain managed to pull any strings here. I mean, we see that we've got his messenger at the gates trying to force something, but anyway. Is Harrowmont qualified to rule?
He is a good man and a skilled general. King Endrin trusted him with his life, and I will do no less.
Did you know King Endrin?
Only as a potential match for one of his sons. He was a good king, stern and fair and just.
How did Endrin die?
He died in bed after his eldest son was murdered, and the Assembly condemned his second son for it.
So you said.
I cannot blame him for preferring to join the ancestors in eternal peace. If Balin didn't murder him himself.
Who are you?
I am Narav Helmi, third daughter of the second matron of House Helmi. And you, stranger, what brings you to Orzammar at such a time?
Glowing like a bitch. I'm Evelyn, a Grey Warden, and I am here seeking aid.
A Grey Warden? That explains why they allowed you past the gates. What kind of aid do you mean?
Harrowmont's death. No, he has not died. I have a treaty compelling Orzammar to aid against a blight.
A blight? Now? But our warriors are killing each other in the streets. I'm sorry, stranger. I fear there will be no aid for you in Orzammar. If you seek Lord Harrowmont's support, I suggest you talk with his trusted advisor, Dulin Ferender. He might be able to get you an audience.
Okay. So, as usual, we happen to come in during time of desperation and fear and turmoil. And we're not going to get what we want until we actually solve their problems for them.
There are many...
Okay, and there's a little banter bit.
Tales of lost kings who return to their lands to reign in glory.
I am not lost, nor for that matter, a king. And there's nothing glorious about me.
You are Merrick's son. You are the rightful king of Ferelden.
I am the son of a starstruck maid and an indiscreet man who just happened to be king. Look, I can't be king. Some days I have trouble figuring out which boot goes on which foot.
Complete fools are made leaders of kingdoms all the time. And you're not a complete fool.
What an utter relief.
And don't worry about the boots. Kings don't need to dress themselves. That's what advisors are for, isn't it?
And starstruck maids, apparently.
Oof. So, you couldn't hear that, Griffin, but they're talking about Alistair being the son of a king, and he's like, listen, I'm the son of a starstruck maid who happened to have an affair with a man who happened to be king. And he's like, I don't want to lead anyone. I have trouble deciding which boot to put on my foot. And she's like, well, you're not really an idiot. And besides, you've got advisors to help dress you if that's what you need. And he goes, or that's the job of advisors, isn't it? And he says, or starstruck maids, apparently.
Oh, boy.
As you desire.
While your concerns have merit, the Assembly has made itself clear. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the ones... Yep, that's just it. Honestly, you've nailed it. One of the issues with this game, is that we're supposed to not be getting involved with the politics of this place, and yet we are constantly.
Yeah. Mother, keep him safe, for you know what it is to mourn. I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although, I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone.
Really not. What were you praying for?
My name is Vilda, widow of Turok of the Smith caste. I pray here every day for my son, Ruck. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul.
What happened to him?
It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them.
Did anyone go after him?
The captains don't want to lose anyone searching for stray men. Too many were taken by Darkspawn that way.
There are Darkspawn in the Deep Roads? Yes, Evelyn. There are. You know this because you have visions of it!
The Deep Roads are where Darkspawn come from. They descend for miles into the earth, and we must patrol them constantly or be overrun. I lost my husband to them. If I lost my son the same way...
Huh. We shouldn't abandon him. I'll look for him if you want.
How? There is no way except to brave the Deep Roads yourself.
I'm the Grey Warden. That's what we do.
A warden? So you could do it. Only wardens face the Deep Roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Take heart, good widow Filda. We'll do our best.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
Okay. So yeah, that is in fact something that we can do, and now we have a secondary quest to consider. Hey, Legnar.
Topsiders? Good. Get some outside gold in here. Calm people down. Make them think we should open the gates for good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for.
Huh. Me yelling is... I mean, I can't actually yell. Also, I love that once again, Skeeto's initial donation is still ticking down up at the top there. It isn't even halfway yet.
Again, the mad fucking lad.
I know. Your allegiance to this Balin is clear. Why?
Not your business, but I see where the gold is. He's the traditional pick, yet he wants a new way, whether some like it or not.
Huh. Some say Balin killed his father.
Just as many say Harrowmont. Neither are paragons, and the scales being equal, I go with the promise of more trade.
I guess that kind of makes sense. Well, let me see what you have in your store.
I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
Yeah, that was the first donation and has been going literally the entire stream so far. Alright, so don't need any of that. Don't need any of that. Ooh, golden symbol of Andraste. Remarkable sapphire. Alley King's flagon. Silver demon head ring and gold earrings. And tome of the mortal vessel. Well, let's see. I should probably use some of these books that I have picked up. Tome of Skill and Sundry. Let's see. Tome of the Mortal Vessel. So now I have a couple of extra. I have 1 point here. Might as well dump a little bit of that into the cunning. And, oh yeah, I need to keep bumping up these survivals so that I can go back and actually fix that holla. Holla, holla, get dollar.
Like to buy something, I hope. I want that surface.
I want that surface! I want that cake! Sorry.
Oh boy. That's a disturbing image. Nicolas Cage as a Grey Warden.
Alright, let's see what I can get rid of here. What?
Just
What are you giggling at?
$500 buys you 5 hours.
It is something.
Yeah.
Oh, I can sell these. I mean, I imagine they don't have a lot of werewolf pelts or wolf pelts in the underground.
I would imagine not.
Not exactly a common thing. So I'm actually going to save real quick. For no particular reason, legitimately.
I mean, it's never a bad idea to save in an RPG.
Alright, Brother Burkle.
Maker's blessing on you, sister.
Huh. I didn't think dwarves believed in the Maker.
I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar.
Is that you, John Goodman?
I mean...
It kind of sounds like him. Yes, I have 30,000 gold. Something like that. Don't dwarves worship their ancestors or something?
There is resistance. It's obvious the world wasn't created by the mortal souls who dwelt within it. Yet the dwarves of Orzammar persist in worshipping their own forefathers.
Whose permission do you need to open a chantry? Well, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna say, well, that's their religion. You shouldn't interfere.
You speak as if these people have deliberately chosen to reject the Maker, but most of them haven't even heard his name. How can they choose the path of enlightenment if they never learn that the path exists?
See, buddy, your idea of enlightenment and my idea of enlightenment are pretty different. And just speaking from Evelyn Amell's point of view, the chantry has literally meant nothing but imprisonment and condemning yourself for existing.
Yeah.
YouTube does end up actually taking a cut. It's about 30%. Because part of it, yeah, I know. But part of it is because it also functions as like advertising space. So like, say if you have a super popular stream and you want your chat to get noticed, you can basically purchase a way for people to see your chat for a longer period of time. So it can be used as like, come check out my Patreon, or come check out my webcomic that I'm putting out there, or so on and so forth. But even with the 30% cut out of it, it is incredibly generous and does quite a bit to help me. So, I mean, I'm not really gonna complain too much because, again, it's not a bad system. So I'm gonna say, well, good luck with that. Let me know how it turns out.
Never mind. The Shaper of Memories has refused me so far. I thought perhaps with another advocate. Well, if you have a change of heart, let me know.
I don't think that they do, Craig Fox Jr. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to support you, Brother Burkle. I'm sorry, but a mage is not going to do that.
Watch out for that puddle of whatever it is.
Lava? This is also not how lava works, by the way. If we were actually standing this close to lava, we would be literally melting.
Well, I mean, I don't think I can think of a single representation of lava in an RPG that was accurate, so... Like, the last time I saw a depiction of human interaction near lava that was even remotely similar was King of the Monsters, and I won't go into details there because spoilers, but...
Yeah. Anyway.
I once drank a thimble of dwarven ale, woke up a week later in Jada wearing nothing but my shoes and a towel.
Well, thank you for your explanation of your exploits there, Liliana.
Someone puked here. Barmaid, clean that up.
Hi, Cora.
I trust Vala, stranger. You must be the Grey Warden we heard about. Welcome to Tapsters. I'm Cora, your hostess. How may I serve you?
Tapsters. I'd like to hear a bit about the city.
So you come to Tapsters? I guess you're not asking for anything official, or you'd be at the Shaperate. But I can certainly give you a mole's eye view.
Oh god, I misread the subtitle at first. So it says Mole's Eye View. And what word has a lot of the same letters?
Oh.
Moles.
Yeah.
I was like, it has a what?
I mean...
Try playing Resident Evil 5 then?
Not the best idea.
See, I have the only real survival horror game that I have any interest in playing at some point is Silent Hill, and probably even then technically only the first 3 games. But that's because that's just one that I'm more intimately familiar with. I am not big on the jump scares and everything like that Resident Evil really relies on. Plus, its inventory management system leaves a lot to be desired.
Not to mention RE5 in particular is problematic in more ways than one.
Oh yeah, isn't that the one with the zombies in Africa?
Yeah!
Yeah. Human feel... yeah. Oh yeah. No, I mean, that kind of makes sense.
You're not even wrong.
Let's see. What's a Shaperate?
It's the bureau of all the Shapers in Orzammar, led by the Shaper of Memories. If you're from the surface, I guess you'd call them scholars. They keep all of our records, laws, genealogies. You got questions about Orzammar's history, and don't mind answers in words as long as your leg, that's the place to go.
As my leg? Well, that's even considerably longer than yours. Where can I find the Shaper of Memories?
He'd be in the Diamond Quarter. Pardon, the Nobles District. Upstairs from here, however you call it.
Is there any place I should see while I'm here?
The nobles stay upstairs, except when they're slumming. You'll find the assembly there, the palace, the Shaperate, and plenty of estates. Down from here is just Dust Town or the mines, so my recommendation is avoid. It's not part of the city, just some old tunnels where the castlists build their nest. No one goes there if they can help it. But if you want fun, your best bet is the Proving.
What's the Proving?
It's a chance for all the best fighters in Orzammar to test their skills. There's a tournament today. Arenas between here and the Diamond Quarter.
That's all, thanks.
A Grey Warden is always
All I will
welcome in
say,
Tapsters.
both Steve and Anti-Hacker, you are both better off not knowing.
I'm afraid to walk the commons alone at night. Those Carter thugs are horrid.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a big part of it, Crack Fox. Japan, being as isolated from the rest of the world as it is, usually doesn't have an eye for racism.
I'm just listening to this gorgeous song. Nevin.
Afternoon, stranger. Looking for a stool to share a brew?
You looking for a fist to share your face? What? Why? Evelyn! Why is that an option? Never mind. Who are you?
Because
Name's
dwarves.
Naveen. I fight with Prince Balin's Expeditionary Field Unit. Yourself?
I'm Evelyn, a Grey Warden.
Figured as much. Good folks, Wardens. I was in the deep roads when that one came by. What was his name? Dukan, Dunka, something like that.
Really? You knew Duncan?
I met him, sure. Good man. Solid. He knows what we go through in the deep roads. Not many do. Not even the ones who live this close. You have to be on the front lines.
I prefer not to refer to people as it, but yes, the dwarf was in fact drunk. You work for Balin.
I go where I'm sent, fight when I'm there, and leave politics where it belongs.
I've never seen the Deep Roads.
Every Grey Warden ends up there. That's where they send you when you're ready to leave this world. Go die in the dark, putting away as many vermin as you can. Getting more crowded these days, though. Lots of people interested all of a sudden. We go back tomorrow, and we're not the only ones.
Who's sending you out?
Balin ordered us in at first bell. He's splitting us into 4 teams to search for some of the lost tigers. Looking for signs of Bronca, I guess. Seems to be who everyone's after.
Who's Bronca?
Bronca was a paragon, some kind of great smith or whatnot. But she went batty and let her whole house into the deep roads more than 2 years ago. No chance she could have survived. And a lot of good men are gonna die looking for her corpse. Excuse me. This brew is starting to taste awful bitter.
Understandable, I guess. Alright, so... I'm gonna save the rest of that for another time. We're gonna want to poke around in here a bit later. Let's see if I can get us into the diamond quarter. Actually, before I even do that, I'm probably going to see if I can trigger another banter here. This is one of the known waypoints for triggering banter.
You remind me of Lady Cecilia.
Who?
She was an Orlesian lady.
To my understanding, Crack Fox, I think it was that, in addition to some of the unfortunate boss designs.
Banter.
I served her until she died, and Lady Cecilia let me stay, instead of turning me out on the street. You are like her in some ways. You have the same poise, the same air of nobility.
Oh, child. I am hardly noble.
I learned that nobility isn't just something you are born with. I have met nobles who are very petty and mean, complete degenerates. Then, there are people with a certain dignity and grace. It draws you to them, no matter who you are or who they are. I think the lowest peasant can have the most noble spirit, and it will always shine through. It is this nobility of spirit that you share with Cecilie.
Why, thank you, Liliana. It is very kind of you to say that.
Aww. Nice little moment of heartwarming between these characters. That's all very sweet. Nug Wrangler. And here we go.
I knew I should have stuck to common nugs.
Hey, Steve Blum.
Too. I'll never find them the way they skitter.
Common nugs. I don't like those. They look dirty.
No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dusttown. Guess I'm shutting it down.
I feel like Steve Blum plays like every other dwarf in this game.
I mean, if you're gonna choose a guy, it's not a bad choice.
These things dangerous?
Gotta boil them before roasting, but otherwise no, safe as sand. Some people swear they make good pets. May as well leash a turnip, I say.
If I see any nugs, I'll send them your way.
Good on you, stranger. Only need one to turn this around.
Alright. Dagna!
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Oh, Lord. Everything just came back about this conversation that's about to happen. Good Lord.
You look like you're not from around here.
Yet, what gave it away? The glowing staff on my back or my robes? Cat? He just fell off the tower again. Yes, you could say that.
Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
Don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle, she asks. I love how the answer is the Circle of Mage. Of course I've heard of the Circle. I'm a mage myself. My companion here is a senior enchanter of the Circle. So I'm going to go with I'm a mage myself because that is a unique option to being a mage in this. I'm a mage myself.
Then I'm truly honored. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with lyrium in your veins?
Don't let the glamour fool you, child. Wielding magic is a dangerous occupation and a great responsibility.
She's lit by the glow of my fucking staff. We'd be happy to answer any questions.
I've
been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
Why wouldn't they?
No dwarf has ever studied at the Circle of Magi. I guess you never read First Enchanter Caitlin's treatise concerning dwarfs and the non-heritability of magic. He tested dwarfs from 20 bloodlines and found they couldn't perform any level of spell casting, regardless of lyrium exposure or time on the surface. The Circle speculates that lyrium in the stone shields us from spiritual influences, and over time made us immune to them.
So, what do you want with the Circle?
I want to go to the Circle to study. I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
True. I mean, honestly, again, if I were completely role-playing, Evelyn here would be absolutely giddy to meet a fellow scholar and someone who is desperate to learn more, especially someone who wants to study magic.
I mean,
I can bring the Circle your request.
That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperiums for Tikum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child?
She's so enthusiastic and adorable. I'm glad we're helping her.
Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
And here is Garen.
Greetings, and welcome to Garen Garrison's Luxury Goods Shop. Wow, there are a lot of you.
I love Liliana's condescending. Oh, she's so enthused and adorable.
They come up with. What was I saying?
This guy reminds me of Penn and Teller.
Oh God.
Are you all right?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore. Or maybe they're too polite to mention it. I had a little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw lyrium ore, you know. Maybe it was a bad vein. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood. Since then, it's been a little hard for me to concentrate. Except when forging, then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work you've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
I don't understand. What happened?
Sounds like him.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He sounds like him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't understand. What happened to you?
Well, it's the lyrium, you know. Raw blood of the earth. It's more alive than you and me. Most of the time, that's no problem. When it's all bundled up in a piece of steel, it'll leave you alone. But handling the ore directly, sometimes you get burned. It's not just your skin it takes off. It'll burn directly into your mind.
Oh, good. Aren't doors immune to lyrium's effects?
Of course we are. Weak surfacers like you touch the raw ore, and you'll bleed from your eyeballs in hours. Weird seeing how big you are. Even surface dwarves lose it. Us down here, though, we should be able to handle it just fine. Only not too much, and not every day, and not breathing the dust, and not direct in the blood. Ancestors' own bad luck.
I see. Well, let me see your wares.
Right. Best in the trade, you know. I worked the ore myself.
And you know, that's a thing. The Rose's Thorn. Oh God, this is like one of the best daggers in the game, if I remember it. Small clear natural crystal, which there are 2 of. Large clear natural crystal and fire crystal. Interesting stuff. Life giver. Ooh. That is actually excellent, so I'm going to take that. And even more, I'm going to save my inventory space for now. I don't think I need these. So I'm just clearing out some space. But I have some gifts in my inventory, and there are some gifts that I'm going to have to remember to come back to him to come and get. But as it is, I have now been going for a couple of hours, and I think this is probably a good place to call it.
Yeah.
We're just about headed into the Diamond Quarter to see what we can do to settle this situation with the Doors and their new potential king, depending on how that situation plays out. But as it is, we've made a little bit of progress and established an interesting peek into the way that Dwarven lives are. For example, there's a caste system apparently in place. There's something called the caste list. I may have discussed this at some point, but they exist on the idea that you are born into a role in life, and similar to the Kunari in a sense, that you were born for a specific purpose.
Yeah.
It's not encouraged to explore outside of that or to try and switch castes, and if you are casteless, then you have no hope of that. But there's a lot that's going on here, and the Dwarven politics have only just started, because we already see one side of the story where Balin is apparently responsible for the death of pretty much every last one of the people in his family, anyone who was in line for the throne before him. And we have Harrowmont, who we haven't heard much about, other than the fact that he was apparently the king's right-hand man, and is now trying to take the throne himself to keep it from falling into Balin's control. That's an interesting little summary so far of what's been going on, and we haven't even made it into the Nobles' Quarter just yet. So, this has been a lot of fun. I love this game, and I love making progress, like, re-exploring this almost, because it's been years, and it feels a lot like I'm experiencing it sort of for the first time, but not really. It's been long enough that it's like, yes, this is familiar. Like, easing into a comfortable cushion, you know? So, I'm enjoying going through this game, and we are, I think, at roughly the halfway point for all of the quests in the game. And yes, that's right, 15 episodes in at, 2 hours apiece, sometimes 3, and we're about halfway through the game. Just to give you an idea of how long this game is. Obviously, that is also somewhat extended by the fact that I keep reading things or pausing to talk with people or to nitpick over certain things or to let Griffin speak even though there's a cutscene going on.
I mean, part of the charm of the streams, I suppose.
I think it is, yes. But it's a very long game, but absolutely worth it. And there are a lot of ways to experience it. Different areas feel differently depending on what origin you have taken. People respond to you slightly differently, so on and so forth. So if you guys haven't picked up a copy of the game, it often goes on sale on Steam. I know that you can get like the Ultimate Edition effectively for free if you have an basic Origin account. Like, I mean, like you pay like $4.99 a month or something. But if you do that, you will get Dragon Age Origins, the Ultimate Edition. I think Mass Effect Andromeda. There are quite a few games available. I'm doing an immediate plug for EA, and quite frankly, I don't like EA. But
I was about to say, of all the things to plug, Andromeda? Really?
I mean, yes and no. Like, I'm not going to say support EA, and Andromeda is not the best game out there, but, I mean, if you're going to get it for basically free anyway, why not pick it up, you know?
I mean, if nothing else, for shits and giggles.
Exactly. And again, I said this at the start, I've said this multiple times throughout, but I want to give another shout out to Skeeto for your wonderful donations, incredibly generous donations. I don't have words to actually express how grateful I am, because believe me when I say that this makes a huge difference to me. But I feel blessed that you feel that I'm worth this. And to everyone else who has donated, whether it's Alex, whether it is Crack Fox Jr., whatever amount that you do, it means a lot to me. Legitimately, it makes a big difference. And right now, I'm even going to say that I was trying to push commissions recently because I was sort of being a bit outpaced by my medical costs and stuff like that. So being able to turn that around again is actually a huge relief. Well, that's awesome, Larks. I'm always glad when people, end up buying a game because of me. Like, I do believe very firmly in supporting the creators of games that I love.
Yeah.
I don't believe in supporting EA, but at the same time, I will support BioWare. So, I mean, I hate to do this, so I'm just going to run through the obligatory call to action segment of this. Those of you who are either watching live or watching this when it gets posted to YouTube later, if you like this video and actually give it like a little bit of a thumbs up, it actually does help out the channel, as does leaving a comment. Personally speaking, I read every comment that goes up on the channel. I may not always reply to it, but I do read them. And liking and commenting and subscribing tells YouTube, hey, this channel is really cool. Promote her to more people. So that's why I ask it pretty much every stream. Obviously, at the moment, I think I'm good. But, I mean, again, every little bit helps. So that's a way to help me if you're not able to do things like donations or becoming a patron, which is also linked in the description of this video and pretty much every video. So all of that aside, none of that is obligatory. I would do all of this for free anyway. I've been doing it for free for this entire 11 years that I have been posting videos to my channel. Oh, God. Yeah. Well, now DA2 is basically $5 or free at this point, which on the one hand is good for people who need accessibility to it, but bad because it got to that point because there was such backlash against it when it came out. And that's something that I'm eventually going to address when I actually get around to playing that game, which is going to be following up this game. It is actually my favorite of the 3 Dragon Age games that are released at present. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Griffin, for joining me once again as co-host.
Always a pleasure.
And thank you again to Skeeto for your generous donations, and as well as Crackfox Jr. and Alex. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you either tomorrow and Sunday morning, which is going to be 3 a.m. my time, 9 a.m. GMT, where I'm going to be probably finishing my To the Moon playthrough. If you guys are interested, since I'm likely going to be finishing that game, if you go to Patreon and become a patron for just $1 a month, you will actually get to vote on the game that I will be playing after To the Moon. So, honestly, I mean, again, I love that kind of input. It lets me know what people are interested in seeing from me or seeing me play. I appreciate the support either way, but, just if you would drop, $1 on like a soda or something, and don't mind dropping that $1 on me instead so that I can dispense like a soda. I don't think that's quite right.
I mean...
But thank you guys so much either way. Regardless of whether it's financial support or just being here or watching this later. I'm very happy to be doing this.
Yeah.
So, I will see you guys next week.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.